Welcome to Informatica Cloud 201 on-demand course, Hierarchical Connectivity, Web Services Transformation. Upon completion of this module, you will be able to understand what are web services, create web services transformation, make a web service request, and map the web service response to a target in the mapping. Let us now understand what is a web service. According to W3C, a web service is a software system designed to support interoperable machine-to-machine interaction over a network. A web service integrates applications and uses open standards such as SOAP, WSDL, and XML. SOAP is the communication protocol for web services. Web Services Description Language is an XML schema that describes the protocols, formats, and signatures of the web service operations. The web service operations include requests for information, requests to update data, and requests to perform tasks. Let us discuss what a web service transformation is in context with Informatica Cloud. A web services transformation connects to a web service as a web service client to access, transform, or deliver data. The web service client request and the web service response are the SOAP messages. The mapping configuration task processes SOAP messages with document literal encoding. The web service transformation does not support RPC encoded or document encoded WSDL files. Let us consider the following example. The HypoStore's customer service representatives want to access customer data over a network. The customer service representatives need to view customer and order information by customer ID. You can use a web service consumer transformation to receive a customer ID and pass the ID in a SOAP request to a web service. The web service returns the customer information and the customer orders in a SOAP response message. The web service consumer transformation extracts one row of customer information and multiple rows of orders from the response message for each customer. In Informatica Cloud, you can create a mapping that includes a flat file source, the web service consumer transformation, and the target customer and order tables. To use the web services transformation, you can perform the following steps. Create a web services consumer connection using a WSDL URL and an endpoint URL. Define a business service. A business service is a web service with configured operations. You define a business service to add operations to the web services transformation in the Mapping Designer. Configure the web services transformation in a mapping in the Mapping Designer to access or transform data from a web service. Follow the appropriate configuration instructions depending on if you're connecting the web services transformation to one source object or to more than one source object. In this demo, we will create a mapping with the help of the web services transformation. This transformation will call a getWeather web service to get the weather of a certain city. First, you will log in to the training org using your credentials. Then, to create a new business service, hover to configure and select business services. A business services page appears. Now to create a new business service, click the new button. In the appeared new business service page, enter the name as Weather Business Service Demo. We will have to create a new connection here by clicking the new button. In the new connection window, enter the details in the fields of the window. The connection name as Weather Web Service Demo Connection. Get a suitable description. From the drop-down menu for type, select WS Consumer. Select your runtime environment. For authentication, select Other Authentication. Now enter the WSDL URL, the endpoint URL. Click OK to save the connection. Click the Select Operation button. A Select Operation window will appear. To select the source operation, click the Select button. In the source operation window, choose the Get Weather operation and click the Select button. Now, click OK. Click Configure, Response and Fault Parameters. Click OK. Now to save the business service, click OK. Copy the input.csv file to the flat file connection directory on the host where the secure agent is running. To create a new mapping, hover on Design. Select Mappings from the drop-down menu. To create a new mapping, click the New Mapping button. In the New Mapping window, enter the name of the mapping as M Web Services Demo and give a suitable description. Click OK. Now, in the mapping canvas, we'll add a source to the mapping. Drag and drop the source shape into the canvas. In the Source Properties pane, enter the source in the Name field. Click the Source tab. Select the flat file connection. The source type as single object. For the object, select the input.csv file from the connection directory. Now, let us add a Web Services transformation. Add the Web Services transformation into the canvas. Map the output of the source to the input of the Web Services transformation. In the Web Services Properties pane, enter the web service in the Name field. On the Web Services tab, select Operation. Select Weather Business Service from the Business Service drop-down. Select Get Weather from the Operation drop-down. In the Field Mapping tab, map the incoming fields to the request fields as Country to Country Name and City to City Name. Now, add targets to the mapping. Drag and drop two target shapes onto the canvas. Map the output of both the subparts of web service to the input of the target. Success group to new target. Fault group to new target 1. Now configure the targets. In the General tab of the Target Properties pane, enter the name as Success Target. In the Target tab, select the flat file connection from the connection drop-down. Select the object type as single object. Click Select. Click Create New at Runtime. Name the file as SuccessResponseDemo.csv and click OK. Similarly, name the other target as Fault Target. In the Target tab, select your flat file connection from the connection drop-down and select the object type as single object. Click the Select button. Select Create New at Runtime. Name the file as FaultResponseDemo.csv and click OK. Now we will validate. Save and run the mapping. To open the validation panel, click the validation icon. A validation pane will appear on the right-hand side of the window, and if there are any errors, then rectify them and continue. Hover on Save. Click Save and Continue from the drop-down menu, and the mapping status will be displayed as valid. To run the mapping, hover to Save and click Save and Run from the drop-down. Select your runtime environment and click Run. The task status will be displayed in the Activity Monitor, and once the task gets complete, the activity log will appear. You can check the results from the flat file directory. Note that in case you face any issue during the performance of this lab, you can contact the Informatica customer support with the error details to resolve the issue. This concludes the demonstration for the Web Services transformation. You're now ready to use the Informatica Cloud Mapping Designer's Web Services transformation. In this lab, you will configure mappings in the Informatica Cloud, and you will use the Web Services transformation in the mapping. Let us now discuss a business use case leveraging the Web Services transformation. An independent investment firm provides innovative private equity solutions to institutional clients worldwide. They have a long and distinguished history of investing in venture, buyouts, and mezzanine and distressed markets. The company wanted to provide sales teams with a single shared view of client relationships, including contact information, investment history, and recent activity. They also wanted to communicate with clients with one voice through their chosen communication channel, at the same time maintaining data privacy strategy. The company needed to get the sales data for all their clients from Salesforce.com sales management system while querying across multiple Salesforce.com objects. With the sales information they received from the Salesforce.com, they were required to deliver automated scheduling of jobs that integrate over 25,000 rows of data between systems per day. The existing process was highly time-consuming and never had the guarantee of delivering accurate data. Therefore, Informatica Cloud enabled the company to increase sales effectiveness and business efficiency by ensuring that the sales teams deliver cohesive and compelling sales messages for improved client retention. They had increased knowledge sharing and communication across the global organization. The Informatica Cloud's Web Services transformation allowed the organization to introduce up-to-minute multi-channel client view. It also provided them with fast, low-risk routes to increase sales effectiveness and responsiveness. This concludes the Cloud Mapping Designer Web Services Transformation How to Use series. In summary, we understood the web services, created web services transformation in the mapping, made a web service request, and mapped the web service response to a target.